Want to tell that story, Kev?
All right, so I had a rehearsal.
That's not how it happened.
This is exactly how it happened.
Go ahead.
I had a rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
Her sister was singing for at that rehearsal. She walks in. Mind you, I'm not even thinking about her at this moment. It was more along the lines of, I'm tired, I've been here for hours, ready to go to bed. And as I'm grabbing my guitar and amp, I notice a girl has an anime shirt on. So, of course, I'm like, my shirt. And then it just dawned on me, like, wait, do you know who that? You know who that is?
Instantly offended. Instantly offended. So he insulted me because he insulted my knowledge of anime. Because why would I have on a crop top Dragon Ball Z shirt and it not be mine? He goes, it could have been your boyfriend's shirt. It was my shirt. And I was deeply offended. He didn't think that I knew who they were. So immediately I was like, I don't like him. I don't like him at all. That's how we first met. No attraction, no butterflies. That's how it happened. Mm-hmm. I got dragged to a rehearsal by my sister. I just didn't want her to go to Philly alone because they be shooting out there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just their strength in numbers. So I was like, well, she didn't want to go to this church alone. I was like, I'll go with you. I see this guy wrapping up his chorus. I'm like, he just looks like a butthole. Just wrapping up. And surely enough, that was the first thing that came out of your mouth. I was actually having a good time. The rehearsal was going great. I was like, oh, wow, they sound really nice. They weren't like really rehearsing. It was just like a worship service. So how cool. It was like, as soon as he opened his mouth, took down. Yep, that's how we met. There was no prospect. I didn't see him again after that for like months. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
The moment I knew I wanted to marry her, I almost died.
Which time?
Okay, wow, okay. The one I was hospitalized for.
Okay.
So, she came up, like, after, like, everybody, even my own parents had left. Like, just like, yeah, it'll be all right. Like, I have asthma, so I was hospitalized. And she just kept coming up every day, like, to come see me. It was like, yo, like, I wasn't even dating her for, like,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I didn't know anything about him.
She could have literally been doing anything else.
They hauled him away in the ambulance, and I didn't know anything. They kept asking me questions. I was like, I know he's allergic to shellfish, and he's allergic to shellfish. Yeah, his name is Kevon. Yep, that was it. And date of birth. Those were the questions that I knew. And I brought you Jamaican food because I refused to let you eat the slob at the hospital. When did I know? Let's see. Probably. There was no distinct moment. It was just like, it just seemed right. Dang, you got a whole nice little scenario. So, well, I take better care of myself, so I don't have those moments. It just was like, he's very caring towards me. He pays attention to me. And I don't mean like anybody who pays me attention, I would marry, but his attention to detail as it relates to me was very specific to me. It was just what I needed. And I was like, and he doesn't annoy me. That's really big.
That's not whole about it.
Yeah, I could spend all day with him. And no, quarantine did it. We were together for like a month, and then we had to quarantine, like literally, it was, not even 3 weeks we started dating, and like everything had shut down. And his family didn't want him to go home. We were supposed to go on vacation. We started dating, and I was like, hey, like our birthdays are all right next to each other. You want to come on a cruise with me? Our cruise got canceled, so we had to stay like locked up in the house for like 3 weeks, I think, before he was able to go back to work, and I didn't get sick of him. And that's when I knew. Of the wedding planning process. Honestly, mine has been going fairly like great because I don't really have to plan my wedding. We we kind of been there and done that, being that my sisters are so close. So it's kind of planning itself. The most exciting part is, I guess, the details kind of coming together. Music is going to be a really big part in our day. I think that's going to be the coolest part. And just, spending time with my family and friends. Mm-hmm.
Most exciting part.
Just going to skip over that planning part, huh?
No. Planning is not... Well, no, that's not true. I do like to plan. I don't like to plan by the millisecond, and that's why wedding planning. It's just like, gotcha. You got it.
Okay.
I'm more of a bullet points, in wedding you got to do everything individual. Like, you lost me.
Okay. What are you most excited about?
Marrying you.
Okay, that's sweet. Dang, I should have said that, huh? Do over thing. Got it. Oh man, you ain't told me. You always trying to one up me. Man. The one that I wanted to steer clear of, I couldn't because he has more friends than me, so.
What?
Originally, I didn't want to have any bridesmaids or groomsmen, remember? Because I was like, I have like a struggle. And then I realized how many people I actually do like, and I was like, I can do this. But yeah, originally I was like, can we like not, there's a new trend. People don't have to have bridesmen. I would say bridesmen. Yeah, those people. They don't have to have a bridal party. I'm like, now it's the pressure you're putting on people, and all of our friends are married with kids. I was like, I don't want them to feel like they got to run around and grab stuff. But he was like, no, I've known these guys since my childhood. It was a heart, like that wasn't happening for me. I thought I was being considerate, So that probably would have been the only trend. I just like, hey, how less stress. We only got to worry about us. No, kids. No, none of that. Nah, we wasn't getting away with that. That was the only one.
I wasn't trying to jump a broom. I'm sorry.
That too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you right.
I wasn't jumping a broom.
You right.
I'm just like, yeah, I think this should have died in the 1800s, but all right, like.
Same. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I get it. No knock to the people. It's like, y'all got a family broom and y'all all did it together, but yeah, nah, it was not in mine. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I bet you they're the same. Go ahead, you first. Qualities.
It's qualities.
Not body features.
Debatable. She's nice. Like, a little too nice. Like, she literally will like bend over backwards for random strangers, really. What?
I don't do that for randos. I do that for my family. Yeah. You're right. I was really nice to that lady at work the other day.
Exactly. I was just like, yo, like.
I could have told her to, your package won't be delivered.
Caring, for sure. Care too much sometimes too.
Dang, I can't win.
Her sarcasm. That's great. Yeah.
That's great. You're smarter than me. So yeah. I needed somebody smarter than me in certain things, and other things, like, I don't know, some things I don't know how you got to 32 and you didn't know. But in other things, overall, I was like, yeah, I needed someone that can show me things. So the fact that he's intelligent helps. Sarcasm, definitely. We have similar taste in humor. One last thing. Let's see. And his attention to detail, I guess, is a good quality to have. It's very odd, actually. He's just very, not meticulous, but particular, but towards the right things, and I like that about him. Mm-hmm. Music.
Yeah, definitely music.
I mean, like, I don't like flowers that much, so, like, decor is like, yeah, it's going to look nice regardless, just based on where it's being held at. But, like, if we really had an unlimited budget, like, I would fly my favorite, singer out. Yeah, just, like, a full band, horns and all. Yeah. Yeah, music.
Mm-hmm.
Same ditto.
Yeah.
I know what he's looking forward to. He just wants me able to say, "You gotta ask my wife."
Yeah. I'm sorry, that's one like the dopest lines you can say. It's like, especially when you really don't want to do something, you can get the, jeez. Let me check with the wife first.
Because in his words, girlfriend just don't got the same ring to it. Most exciting thing about being married, I'm looking forward to. I don't know. I mean, we're like one of the few. We're going to be like the only married couple that doesn't have kids. So just rubbing it in people's faces. Going on vacations and not having to check schedules. Yeah. That seems about right. Say it at the same time. Japan.
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. Yeah, not that I want. I mean, hot's been done, but I feel like it'll be a real great touristy area. The conventions we can go to. The first drops of things. They get everything early. We could probably see an anime movie when it first come out there instead of having to wait 6 months for it to come to the U.S. Yeah.
Other than that, probably Paris, but it's a little bit too close to you. Yeah, Europe a little hot right now, so
yeah.
It's a little hot right now. Oh, cool.
One, because we're both huge anime fans. It's like one of our, not the only thing we have in common, but it was like before we were dating, like I would come over to his house and we would watch. He would put me on the new animes. We would just watch them for hours on end. So just that aspect. And I think it's just a different destination that a lot of people don't go to. And the overall culture as a whole, how colorful the city is. I'm like, yeah, country. But yeah.
So we have Philadelphia has this thing they do every April, early May, called the Sakura Festival. And actually they originated in Japan. And it's kind of like, when people think of Chinatown and they actually go to China, it's like, oh, this is not the same thing.
Yeah, I want that culture shock.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only way that Kev is crying at this wedding is if I trip walking down the aisle of laughter. He'll cry from laughter. That is the only way that Kev will cry. And we know this. I've accepted it. We're both like very not that we're emotionless, we don't cry like that. Yeah, we cry from laughter. So that's the only way.
Or if one of your bridesmaids falls.
Why would that now? See, you putting it out. Why would the bridesmaid fall?
I don't know.
I don't think you would laugh about it. That would be unfortunate. Okay, yeah, well, I know you would. Besides broom jumping. Oh, I'm like really not for like putting in your people in your wedding just because they're family. Yeah. No.
I don't really understand the candlelighting part.
It's the unity.
I don't understand the candlelighting part.
It's literally the unity candle.
I understand the theory of it.
You don't understand why they got to light a candle to show unity? Is that
right?
It's a metaphor. Why do we take communion?
Technically, you don't really got to do that. That's do that in remembrance of him. You have to do that.
But you understand the symbolism.
Yeah, I'll take it out of context. But yeah.
See what I got?
Choosing your ring. So I was engaged before.
Yeah, talk about it.
Yeah, that was a train wreck. And
second time's the charm.
This time I was like, you know what? How about I just design it myself? He was like, I can't mess this one up. So I literally just listened to everything she talked about rings. We went ring shopping. Like we just kind of just strolled into like I think it was like a Jared's or something like that. Like
It was like 2 months since us dating too.
Right.
Like we were looking every time we like went past like a K or a Jared. He just would go and we would get the side like the shape that I would like. I was like, I want a pear shape. I don't like silver or gold really, even though gold looks better on me. I like rose gold. So he actually got it in rose gold and it looked really nice on me. It almost looks pink.
As far as the proposal, I originally wanted to do it for Christmas. And it kind of just like spiraled into like this, alright, I wanted this to be the two of us. And then we kept putting off our housewarming. And it just ended up in, once I realized it was going to be in December, I was like, oh no, I'm just going to do it then. It's like everybody going to already be there. It just makes sense.
So he thinks it's funny that he had me plan my own engagement party.
It's actually genius. It's genius. Like,
I knew something was up all day.
no, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I didn't know he was going to do it that night, but he was acting weird. Like, I needed to get my nails done. I would get press-ons. I was like, I'm just going to get, my nails done because, like, I don't want to be, like, fixing something and press-on pop off like it's been happening all day. And he got too excited when I said that I would go and get my nails done with my sister, and he offered to pay for it, too. And I was like, that was a dead giveaway. I said I would always know when you're about to propose because I don't get my nails done anymore. So, like, the day you just be like, oh, go, get it done. I'm like, I knew it was up. I didn't know it was going to happen that night. But up until that week, I was talking to my mom. I was like, he better not propose at this party. And that's what happened. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to be that night exactly. But like I said, I had little inklings throughout the month. And he was lying to me all month long. And I ain't know. Once I realized, I was upset. He talked about he going to Delaware to help his friend get a present for his wife. Meanwhile, he was actually shopping for my ring. And I was like, you lied to me. So, yeah, I knew there were inklings. He just was like, yeah, no, I pretty much know his schedule, but he's a bad liar, and I ask questions. So how he would be like, hey, get out of here, or things like that around the house. Like, I think he hid it in the car because I was cleaning a lot, so I would be in all the closets in the house, and I'm like, he never seemed to care that I was like, looking for dirt and trying to clean, and in those up and coming months, he cared. So yeah, those are little dead giveaways. Mm-hmm. I think people inspire me, but not just like people. I don't know, like, I think going through the day-to-day, you can find inspiration just in people leading out their lives the way they want to. Like, it doesn't take much. I feel like people think inspiration has to be this, like, profound thing. Like, but yeah, I think everyday situations inspire me. Don't say I'm your inspiration, because then you already... Oh.
I mean, sometimes, but...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm an artist, and I don't want to admit it. I kind of am sometimes. So, it kind of just hits me in ways. I go through mood swings with it too. It's like where I don't really want to do it, and then I just get into this mood of, all right, I want to create something.
Mm-hmm. So it's your creative space that's inspirational to you.
Yeah, but it can come from anything. It's not even. There's no set.
Got you. What I love, which would be, it'd be nice to just like not have to worry about anything and just be. I think that would look a lot like a lot of anime watching, a lot of makeup tutorials being shot, a lot of music being made. Just like all the hobbies that I don't have time to pick up, like I would probably like do every hobby that I could, just to say I did it, and travel.
Definitely travel.
Definitely travel. What about you?
if I can retire tomorrow, I gotta move. I gotta keep moving. Like the thought of like retiring at 32 is kind of odd to me. I'm not gonna lie. Knowing me, I would probably pick up another job. Like I just only know how to work. Like even if it wasn't, like even if it was just like a small part-time job just to get out the house, or maybe I'm gonna become a gym rat. Who knows?
A gym rat, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite memory as a couple? So many. Oh, this one has to be stumped. You got one?
Oh, I got a couple.
I got a couple.
The first one doesn't really. I don't know if it really counts our first date.
It wasn't a date.
Right, whatever. Okay, so the first time we went out, this is the neutral territory. Mm-hmm. We sat in the car and talked the entire night. Like it literally went from movies. Shut up.
I didn't say anything.
To out to eat. To the car. You're talking the entire time. To breakfast.
Yeah, we talked all the way to the wee hours. Yeah.
It wasn't the wee hours. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, no, to the point where I had to be like, yo, you want to go to, I know this great spot, you want to go to Penn Queen? Like, because we literally talked until the sun came up. Yeah.
While we were a couple, we went to Puerto Rico. And we kind of just sat and like away from everybody else. We just went to get breakfast or whatever. And
that was a good morning.
Yeah, it was kind of just, it was like our first like time.
Because our trip got canceled before.
Yeah, so yeah, it was the first time we were all vacationing together. And it was literally just me and her. Like we just went and got breakfast. So it was nothing crazy like.
Yeah, I can't think of a particular time because it's just like the day to day. It's just, I don't know, like being with him doesn't feel like work ever. So it just two people came together and pieces just fit. So yeah. Mhm. The ride.
Right.
Why?
Because you don't actually remember you travel. So you realize that you never really remember the being there as much as you remember the trip going and the trip coming back. But I don't understand why. Like I spent a lot of time like in like my early 20s traveling. I don't remember half those cities I went to, like at all. But I remember the van rides that we were in, all the stories, like the videos we were capturing, all that. Remember all of those. Mm-hmm. The shows and the cities.
I mean, yeah, I just feel like when you know where you're going, the destination isn't going to change. And if it does, that's your decision to make a change of course. But you can always take a different path to the same destination. So, yeah. Ditto. Mm-hmm. You know, Chrisette said it best. You know, she said, "No, I feel like love is the day-to-day little things. I don't think it's for some people it's butterflies in the stomach and all that, but sometimes love is just letting me sleep for 5 more minutes. You know, I think love is when you know that I have a tendency to trip over things that you just, I don't know, move the obstacles out of my way.
I think love is understanding. Like, there's... Like, once you love someone, there's a level of understanding you have about that person that you can't replicate. Because if you, love another person, it ain't the same way as So, like, to me, loving is always understanding. It's literally that connection between that only you two can understand. Like, no one else can come between that. Like me and her, it's like we didn't have to try. Like, our relationship has never been tedious. I remember one time our second time meeting.
Oh, that was my favorite memory. Dang, see?
We literally, I think we went to like a praise in the park or something like that. And we literally just talked. Mind you, like, completely forgot about everybody else in the car.
There was a whole person in between us the entire ride. I kid you not, when we think back on this story, I'm like, she was there? Like, it was like that.
Whole other person in the middle of us. And we talked to for at least, it was like an hour and some change.
The ride was an hour. We went to Applebee's. We were talking about, like, Marvel vs. DC and anime and stuff. And then, yeah, you were engaged at that time, so I couldn't like you. So I didn't know. Yeah. So what it was we was having conversations about movies and stuff. My sister was like, looking too available. And I was like, I had no idea. And months down the line, when that ended, we kind of circled back to each other. But yeah, it was that initial meeting at the rehearsal where I thought you was rude. And he kind of redeemed himself that day because I never actually got to talk to him. But it was 2 months after we met at that church. And I was like, oh, he's not so bad. After I thought he insulted me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. And he knew. You knew.
Nah, I do. I remember vividly getting out the car and was like, "Yo, you're wildin'." like you're wildin'. Like you enjoyed that conversation a little bit too much. I ain't talked to her again that entire day.
Nope. She was mean to me. I was like, I had no idea. That's funny.
But getting back to the question though, it's like that understanding is like that your relationship should never be work. And even just in that aspect where it's like we didn't try to have a connection. Like neither one of us forced the other person to keep the conversation going. It was literally just like it just
happened.